Hello, Taurus. Welcome to the channel. I hope all is well with you today. I love you guys and thank you so much for supporting and coming to hear what Spirit has for you today. Please do not forget to hit that like button and please do not hesitate to subscribe and share. Hit that notification button. If you are a returning Taurus, you already know what's up, but if you are, and I love you guys, so welcome back. And if you guys are new to the channel, first time comers, I do clairaudient writing, guidant writing, divination cards, oracle cards, and the tarot cards. And I do it all through Source, baby. So we're going to get into your reading, Taurus. So what I got when I was tapping into your energy, Taurus. And let me explain as well. This is a collective read for Taurus, so some things might not resonate with all of you. So take what does and what else doesn't. Disregard it. Leave it to the next, baby. All right, so like I was saying when I was tapping in, this is what I got for you, baby. All right, Taurus, so it says, when we expect for change in our lives and within ourselves, we have to change. We have to change ourselves completely in order to get a better result. If we keep wanting change, but we never change what needs to be changed, we're going to keep getting the same thing over and over again. It's time to take a step back, Taurus, and go back to the drawing board. Now is the time to come to terms with yourself that a change is needed and that change brings stability and is aligned with your true purpose. Okay, baby? So, just letting you know, I just want to say this just from me. That was me tapping in with Spirit and co-creating. You know, change is stability. Change is stability if you're wanting to change for the good, okay? And struggle always follows harmony. If you are struggling in terms of things that are positive, that's going to bring you in prosperity, just growth and things of that nature. Sometimes we can get caught up thinking that, hey, it has to be this person or this situation or that's why that went that way. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to disregard that shit and try to get involved with this person or try to do this with that person or however. And we always end up with the same fucking answer and result. And it does not serve us any good. It's just like a continuous cycle over and over again. So the time that I got done finishing co-creating with Spirit for this message with the guided writing was 8:08. So if you guys are seeing 8:08 anywhere, if that's your address on the clock, however, it's a 8:08 and the angel number. It symbolizes twin flames and the truth, but it also means that you are starting a new exciting chapter in your life with the promise of success and insight. It also relates to family, and it also relates to children, parents, and grandparents. Support within a family dynamic, a unit. It could also mean that there is a certain emphasis on spirituality within a family unit, or there are other religious beliefs present within this group. So, before we dive in, what I'm picking up for some of you, you were taught as a child a certain way of thinking or a belief system that was the right way to go and a right way to think. Very closed-minded, nothing, no reciprocation, no flow, just stuck set mindset, and that's what it is, and that's how I was taught, and that's how it's going to go. And for some of you, I'm also picking up, maybe you guys were raised up in a certain spiritual belief system that a certain way or a certain type of lifestyle is an abomination. Maybe you guys are in a same-sex marriage, you guys like the same sex, babies out of wedlock, things of that sort. And it doesn't resonate with what you were taught as a child. And you probably always felt a certain way as a child, but you just went with the flow because that's what you were taught, and you were a child. And as a child, you're supposed to mind your parents, you're supposed to mind your elders, things of that sort. And I'm also picking up for like a third of you, you've been raised in a religion where you chose to go in another direction as far as spirituality practices are concerned that would be considered in some other religious groups, could be witchcraft or anything like that, and you're starting to, excuse me, Taurus, to be labeled for that. And you've always probably had these gifts since you were a kid. You've probably even expressed them to your parents or whatnot. Like for me, for example, I would tell my mother certain shit when I was a child, and it would come to pass, and she would try to shut me down, or I would come around other family members, aunts, however, and I would say something to them and it would freak them out. So like when we would go places and we're meeting people or we're going to family events, my mom would totally off the bat, like, not shut the fuck up, but do not do that. Just shut it down completely. So maybe you guys were taught that whatever gifts, I'm picking up, somebody has been passed on some gifts that have been shunned since they were a kid, and their parents, their family members, whoever, their friends, whoever they're around, they don't approve of that because of their religious upbringing and their groups and things of that nature. And now you're not giving a fuck, and you're like, this is me, this is how it is, and that's what it is. Take it or leave it. Love me or you don't fuck with me or fuck with me, however, but this is me, this is what feels right, and this is what I'm drawn to. And I'm also picking up, if that's the case, you've picked up these gifts from your ancestors, from either of your parents' side. For some of you, both. Okay? So we're going to get into the tarot right now, Taurus, and we are going to see what's going on. So the first card we have here are jealous siblings. You're no black sheep. So the card that we have here is the daughter of coins, and it's in the reverse. Okay? And you see all these people gathered around. Well, I'm going to turn it the right way so you guys can see. But you see people in the background. It looks like a family event, and you see other families, members. They're in the background, but they're like looking a certain way. Okay, so maybe like you have siblings, maybe they felt like you either got a lot of attention from mom or dad, whoever, and they have their own little clique, and they make you feel a certain way, like you don't belong. Okay, that's what I'm picking up. Or maybe there's one individual that's related to you, family member, blood, sister, cousin, however, that is like a leader, and they have a flock, and they have people think of you a certain way, and they roll with it. And we also have here paw, and that's in the upright. There's a older man, and a child, and they're looking off at the distance. What I'm getting from this card is that I'm picking up for some of you, this is a passed over loved one, either a father figure, uncle, or grandfather figure that is trying to reach you and trying to let you know something dealing with these family members. So pay attention to dreams or things of that nature. And for another half of you, I'm also picking up maybe you have an uncle, grandfather, your dad, an older brother, it could be, however, or sister, roles can reverse, that defends you and has always defended you since you were a kid, because they're inside, but they are an outsider looking in on how your brothers and sisters, family members, however it is, treat you. Okay? And you're also feeling that something is not right. It's always something off when you guys get together. And maybe this Paul, this uncle, whoever, this other family member that's passed away or still alive has taught you about intuition and feeling when things are not feeling right. That's what I'm picking up. So we also have the 5 of coins in reverse. Okay, so I'm going to turn it around in the upright, but the in reverse, it talks about homelessness, no job, none of that, and I'm picking up with this card in reverse, but I see 2 older individuals. Mom and dad are just family, and there's a child in the middle. All right, and the child is looking like, what the fuck, and others are arguing over them back and forth. What I'm picking up here is that maybe you guys have gotten an inheritance or something, and it doesn't even have to be about money. It could just be about you, okay? And they have painted you to be this way, and they want you to be down and out. I mean, it's sick, and it's especially sick when we feel or we know that our own blood, our siblings, born and raised up in the house, or aunts and uncles, or anybody of that nature, because I'm picking up strongly these are straight up brothers and sisters doing this shit. They want you to be the scapegoat. They want you to be in lack for some reason. Maybe you guys have had a past of doing things with addiction, however, being promiscuous, whatever the case may be. They want you to be in that energy and stay in that fucking energy forever. That's just you, and it's not you. Maybe it was just a phase, and it was a phase that you went through and you overcame that. And I'm also picking up that it's not aligning with what this narrative that your family has painted you to look like or to be to others. And motherfuckers is starting to look like such and such, Taurus is doing good, and they're not really in that space anymore. I thought I just talked to you, about a week ago, and you said Taurus was still being Taurus. And they're not seeing that. So motherfuckers is scrambling and scraping. All right. So we also have a follower here. And it says, weak. They won't listen to you. They won't even listen to themselves. They follow others. They act like they're a fucking bird brain. So, first off, when I picked that card up and I tapped into the following card, I picked up maybe there's another sibling around you that knows every fucking thing is going on, or they treat them as the way that they treat you, Taurus, and they're still trying to want the acceptance, want the approval of their family, and they're just not going against you, but it is going against you because they're either not saying anything, when shit cracks off with, the whole family dynamic shit, or they're just basically like, fuck it. This is what it is, and this is how I was taught, and this is how we were raised. We should go by this. And they're getting screwed as well. And it's in the reverse here. It is the Ten of Cups, okay? Well, here, the Ten of Pentacles, but I'm using a different deck, so excuse me. But the Ten of Coins, and it's in the reverse. But I just want you guys to look at the picture, okay? And the upright. See the family. You see the people in the background. All right. So the Ten of Coins in reverse, it talks about broken families, fights over money, shameful legacy. So like I was saying, for some of you, maybe you are receiving something from a passed on relative, or something is promised to you, and these motherfuckers had their mindset that this is how they gonna be. So we gonna get all this shit. We gonna get they half of the money, and they're just gonna be fucked off, because that's how it is, And for some of you, they're just groups within a family unit that's clicked up, and they're having secrets are being exposed, like really shameful shit, or maybe whoever, because like I said, I'm picking up there's a past loved one, and I'm picking up that it is a father figure. This is a male energy that I'm picking up, that worked hard for this, that they're leaving to these motherfuckers and leaving to you, and they're just tarnishing and fucking off the bloodline and fucking off the family name. All right. And whoever this individual is seeing this, but they're not doing any fucking thing about it. And you're tired of being this mother of baskets, giving to them, being nurturing to them, and you just feel like they're just throwing you under the fucking bus. And you're feeling like they're taking you for granted as well, and they're turning on you, low key or even high key, whether they're just not saying anything to both parties, you or the other parties, or however. Okay. And for some of you, I'm also picking up that it's a sibling that also, maybe what they call the black sheep, probably had some addictions or something, stole one time, and they've been shunned forever, or labeled that forever to eternity. And they've recently just got back on their feet, or they've been on their feet and they're still seeking that approval, or they're also siding with maybe some individuals that are over a trust, and they know that this person is the one that'll be over the funds. I'm picking up for some of you, lashing out the funds after everything is all said and done, and they're trying to stay on that person's side. All right, so that's what I'm picking up as well. So we have here the big queen. All right, so the big queen is talking about bloodline. Maybe this is a grandmother. However, the big queen, it talks about bloodline. It talks about also cutting things out that does not deserve you. So maybe recently you've found some shit out, maybe pertaining to something that was willed to you and has been stolen, or anything of that nature, or just fucking sick and tired of being labeled as this fucking piece of shit, and you're not that. And you're like, fuck it, fuck them all, I don't give a fuck. And which is a good thing that you did, because what I'm seeing here, Taurus, is that it says you won. They wanted you left out in the cold and broke. Okay, so the card that we have here is Ancestors, and it's in the upright. So the Ancestor card here is talking about legacy. It's talking about letting go things and starting a new beginning, learning to embrace things that we're not aware of, and not being trapped in this certain state of being for other motherfuckers that don't give a fuck about you, waiting to gain something off of you that's rightfully yours, and things of that nature. Okay? And whatever this is, your ancestors are, this is yours. This is yours. But you need to cut this shit off, if you haven't already, Taurus, and start your own beginning. Don't be afraid to, no matter what they're saying, no matter what they have to give you, or what position they have to play in the situation, baby. And you're doing it. You're doing that. So we have the 4 of baskets here. I like how she looking back like, fuck y'all. It's a hand and reaching out with this nice ass cake. And she's like, got rolling her eyes like, fuck you. And she has that watch on her wrist. So I'm telling it, I mean, it's from what I'm getting, it's, and what it's telling me, and what Spirit is saying, is that time is up. Fuck that shit. I'm doing my own shit. This is what it is. And fuck y'all. I don't give a fuck about that money. I don't give a fuck about anything. God got me. And I will embrace in faith and this path that I don't know where or what is going to come about it. I'm putting it in the Most High's hands, and fuck what you got. So we have the Son of Sticks here, all right, with the snakes around and shit. But he's holding up a wand, or whatever you want to call it, but he's holding that up to the sky, baby. And what I'm getting here is, if you have been fucked over by your family members, Taurus, or whatever, however it is that you have the tools in you to gain what has been stolen from you, whether it's materialistically, spiritually, however, you have the tools to fucking get up and make more and get more from what these motherfuckers have stolen from you. And you are doing that with flying colors, baby. That's what I'm getting. Period, point blank. I'm getting this for you Tauruses out here that needs to hear this. If none of this resonated to any of you Tauruses, check back with me on the next read. But these are for the Tauruses out here that are going through things with family and have been fucked over. Whether it's money-wise, whether it's their name being tarnished, however, you're going to get what is owed to you. Whether it's in court, whether it's in spiritual court, but baby, your ancestors, your guides are all over it. Keep walking in your faith. Stay strong. Keep praying. And keep positive. Okay, Taurus? So right now, I'm just going to get you just an oracle card before we close out. Please hit that like button and subscribe. Just a little message for you. All right, so we have the Circle of Eternal Joy. So it says timeless dance of life. So what I'm picking up from this card right here, Taurus, is that you've let every fucking thing that has put a time limit or has put you at standstill has just something of a limit, a blockage that wouldn't let you do whatever that you needed to do in order to succeed in life, or just you as a whole. You have learned to let that shit go, and now you're feeling the timeless and the excitement of really living. Okay? Like, it's stories about millionaires walking the fucking way of every fucking thing, living on Skid Row, but they are free. They have joy. They're not happy. They are having the joy that was promised to them as they were coming into the world. Because sometimes, no, with all the time, happiness, you have to have things or something happening to have happiness. But joy, you don't have to have shit in your life, Taurus, and still be happy and joyful and feeling all of that within yourself. Okay, baby? Like one of my favorite rappers, Biggie Smalls, rest in peace. More money, more problems. You know what I'm saying? Walk away from every fucking thing, but still have their breath of life, and they're still standing. They still have themselves. And that is what joy is about. I think joy is way better than happiness. Happiness is a good thing as well, but it wears off. It has nothing tangible, you know? So, I hope this reading has helped you, Taurus. I love you guys. Once again, thank you for your love and your support. Have a beautiful day. You guys are lovely. You guys are beautiful beings. And don't let anybody or anything else make you feel that you're not. Take care.